What's good, my fellow Latex Warriors? Coming back at you with another 7 Deadly Sins Grand Cross video. And in today's video, I'll be covering the best foods to use. Not necessarily going to show how to make them, because making food's pretty self-explanatory. You click on the food and it will show you how to make it. But before we get into the breakdown of the food and which ones are best to use, hope you guys are having a fantastic day. And if you could like, comment, subscribe, that'd be greatly appreciated, because it helps with the YouTube algorithm and it shows that you guys are liking the content. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this. So, starting off with the first food you see right here, these three foods, this is CP food. Basically, what this food does, it increases your current CP on that team by 10% of that CP, if you get what I'm saying. So, it jumps your CP by 10% of your current CP. So, this is pretty important for PvP. Even PvE content, if you need to go first to win, this is like one of the most important foods to use. So I would highly recommend having a lot of this food. I've gone through a lot of my CC food. I got to make more and attack food, because that's like the main foods I use. But this is a really good food to use. Then we have attack food, like I was just saying, the one to the right of it. This is another really top tier food for PvE and PvP. This food can give you the edge in certain events if you need a little bit more attacking power to get that final blow. And overall, it just helps everybody on the team hit a lot harder. And yep, that's pretty much it. Then for your third food right here, you have defense food. Defense food, it has to be used in certain situations, but defense food is definitely not terrible by any means. Defense food can be really helpful. Like, say if you're running like a Tarmiel team or like a really tanky team and you want to run defense food so you don't take as much damage, this will be your food. So it's definitely not a bad food, but it's more situational. Then you got HP food, another really good food. If you're gonna, I would honestly just say, if you're trying to boost your CP on your team, like, you better just go with CP food. But if you have to, HP food isn't bad. Or if you're trying to make like an HP team, then you could go HP food. But I would prefer going CC food over it. But HP is definitely not a bad option, because it gives a pretty good boost. Then you have Pierce food, which is, oh yeah, that's HP, obviously. And then we got Pierce food right here. This food, you're mainly going to be using this when you're using a Pierce team. It's simple as that. You're not just going to be using Pierce food just to use Pierce food. That's not how it works. Pierce food, you're only really meant to use it when you're using a Pierce team, so you do more damage with the Pierce team. Then this food right here, this is, I believe, the resistance food. I'm going to double check because I have the foods up. Yeah, this is the resistance food. It gives you plus 30%. And also, let me go back through this real quick because I forgot to tell you guys. This gives you 10% CC. This gives you 10% more attack. This gives you 20% more defense. This gives you 10% more HP. That gives you 20% more pierce rate. And then this is resistance food, and this gives you 30% more resistance. This food, another pretty situational food, I would say. You're mainly only going to be using this food when you're, like, say if you're running Red Gother, and you want his passive to stack, so you run resistance food so you don't take damage to certain things, or you're running like a Green Valenti team. But this food, you're not going to be using it that much, so you don't really need to worry about this. The only reason why you would make a ton of this food is if you're trying to get friendship up for certain things, but other than that, you really don't need to make this food, per se. Then for the next food we have here is Regeneration Food, which is plus 10% regeneration. This food, you're not going to be using it. Like, you're not. Only reason why I made it was for certain friendship things and just to have the food on me just in case. But you're not really going to be using this food point blank. Moving on to the next food. Oh no, is it, wait, no, yeah, it's, yeah, 10%, or it's 20, or they buffed it, am I buffed it, yeah, but it's regeneration rate. The next food we have here is, crit rate food. This is a plus 20% crit rate. This food is really really handy when you're facing the, Crab Guild boss, because, if you're using the, like, yeah, people are going to be using the Darius shot like 100% of the time, obviously, but this food's really useful because Dairy doesn't really have high crit chance. She only has like 30% crit chance, which is really low. So using this food, it gives her more crit chance on top if you're using like Green Easton and then Elate and stuff like that. So this food, it's mainly used for that. You're not really going to be using it anywhere else. Then for our next food here, we have the crit damage food, plus 20% crit damage. This food can have some purpose if you're running like a crit damage team, like if you want to have a lot of crit damage, but I would probably just use attack food over it because crits can be situational, obviously. Crits don't always happen unless you're building the team around the crit for crits to always happen, but I would just use attack food over it. Then you have... Let me see what this food is. This is crit resistance food. You're not going to be using this food, like, at all. I'm confident in that. I really don't use it. But it does give plus 30% crit resistance. If you do need it, I guess, go ahead. But I really don't see people use it that often, so, yeah. Then for our next food, we have crit defense food. This is a plus 30% crit defense. Another food you're really not going to be using, to be honest. Like, this food just doesn't really get used that often. Then, we'll just go ahead and move on. I'm not going to waste my time with that. Then we got the next food, which is plus 20% recovery rate. You're not going to be using this food either. If I'm being 100% honest, it's like, no. Recovery rate's just not really that good in general. Doesn't really get used that often, so I would steer clear of this food. Then the next food we have right here is Lifesteal Food, plus 20% Lifesteal. This food, it's... Main reason why you would use it is if you're running like a Zeldris Esterosa kind of team and you have a ton of lifesteal going on, like, and you're setting up Esterosa counters and you want to heal a lot on those counters when you get attacked, so you can just basically live for a long time. But Lifesteal Food really isn't all that crazy, doesn't really get used that much. Then we have a Void Food. This is a food that is used a lot on PvP from here and there. Like, a lot of people will use this a lot, and it's really annoying. So it's a food that can be really annoying to certain people. This food, basically, like it says in the name, it gives you a free avoid. So every one of your characters gets one free dodge. This food can be pretty helpful in a lot of situations, but there's just better food to run, like CC food or attack food. So that's why people usually don't run this food. Main reason why you would want to run this food is if you go like second in PvP, but people really don't use this food much. I've seen it here and there, but people don't really use it much. Then the next food we have here is ult food. This food gives you plus 1 ult gauge at the start of the battle. This food is still really good for PvE and PvP. Like, well, PvE, yeah, it can be really, really good. PvP, it depends, because ult rush is kind of dead here and there when it depends on what team you're facing. But if you pair this ult food with Green Merlin, you start the battle with 2 ult gauge, and then if you go second, you're starting with like 3. So it's pretty OP if you do that. If you do go second and you have the ult food, if you're playing on like just the ult rush, it could work. So it's not the worst option, but I would probably see this food being used more on like PvE per se than like PvP. Then for the next food, we have XP food. This food is fodder, guys. Don't know. The only reason why you're making this food is for Deanne's, because this food, like, the first one right here is for Deanne's, the second one right here is for Slater's, and the third one is for Dreyfus's. You're not going to be, that's literally the only reason why you're going to be using this food is for, friendship. This food is not really useful. Then we have, coin food. Well, no, gold food, my bad, not coin food. This is gold food, my bad. This is gold. Gold food is really good because if you're auto farming and you use gold food, this is gonna be like the best thing to get extra gold when you're farming. So this is 100% really good to use if you're doing that. Then obviously right here you have the demon food. This is for the red demon. This is for the gray demon, and this is for crimson. What this food does essentially is it gives you double the mats that you usually would get. So if you're doing a hell raid and you get say you get 2 crimson horns and you're running the demon food, the appropriate demon food for it, you're gonna get 4 instead of 2. So it helps a lot when you're farming demons. So that's what it's useful for. Then this food right here, let me see. Do they have the food for this? I don't know if they do. I forgot exactly what what this is, to be honest. Let me see if I can find it real quick. If I can't find it, I'm just gonna go over it. But I never really used it anyway. Yeah, I don't know exactly what that is, but you're really not gonna be using that, I think. So, yeah. This food right here is coin food. This is coin food. This is good if you're gonna be farming PvP coins, but other than that, it really doesn't have a purpose. They got this. Oh yeah, I forgot. These two were limited edition foods, I think, if I'm mistaken. This was like the OP foods that came when Green Arthur, well, yeah, the one celebration came around, and this food was probably for another celebration. I don't remember. Now these two foods, I forgot exactly what they do. So let me see if I can find it real quick. This is the rank food. Okay, yeah, I think this is the rank food. So what this does is it gives you more points. So when you win, it'll give you more points. That's what it does. And then this food, I don't know exactly what this food is. I don't even know if I'll be able to find it. So I'll try to look, but I don't know if they have this food. I don't know exactly what the second food is, to be honest. Let me cut and see if I can find it. And if I can't find it, I'll just come back and then we'll end the video. Alright guys, so I just took a look. Okay, I figured it out. It should have been obvious. So this food increases the amount of points you get when you win, and then this food makes it where if you lose, you don't go down. So that's what it does. And that's basically it for all the foods here. I don't know if this video will be up. The day I'm recording is the 20th. I don't know if it'll be up today because I'm gonna try to put timestamp. I don't know if the timestamps will take that long, but if they don't, then this video should be up today. If not, it'll be up another day. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I hope you guys are having a fantastic day or had a fantastic day. And make sure not to pull out too tight, otherwise the outfit might fight. This is Latex God signing out.